Donyell Malen is reportedly being tracked closely by Borussia Dortmund. Jules, would he be a good fit at 30 million euros?
It's a big yes for me. Absolutely, Gab. I think he showed last season with PSV how great he is. How
That's a lot of money for a guy who's 22.
What? Okay, so 8 million was a lot of money for Jadon Sancho when he was 17. Look where he's now.
Are you mentioning Jadon Sancho and Donyell Malen?
But you can get Donyell Malen now at 30 million and sell him for 50, 60 easily in 3 years' time. No, there's no doubt about that whatsoever. He's a really talented player. Really, really talented. I like him a lot. He can play wide. He can play centrally when Haaland is not there. He can play with Haaland up front. I think he offers you a lot. I don't think it's too much money at all for him. Definitely not, Gab.
All right. I'm
very
sounds
much
like post-pandemic.
Very much in.
Looking at the players, all those attacking midfielder winger types that they already have.
Okay, so Julien Brand is going to go. Jadon Sancho is going to go.
How are you going to? Who's going to go? All the people. Who's going to go? Who's going to go? Who's going to take Julien Brand and his wages?
Someone will. I guarantee you he will go. Sancho will go, and they're going to get 90 million for Sancho. So I think getting 90 million for Sancho, spending 30 of those 90
as a replacement for Sancho, maybe. Yeah,
it's good.
All right,
if you don't sell Sancho and Brand, then okay, maybe you don't need him that much for that amount of money. But if Sancho goes, I think it'd be good. I'm a big fan of Donyell Malen.
Hakan Calhanoglu is out of contract with Milan, and reports in Italy say that he could move across town to Inter.
Can he?
Jules, will this be a good move for the Italian champions? Perhaps as a short-term replacement for Eriksen?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, on a free, I think the contract offer from Milan was 4 million in wages a year.
4 million euros net
a year.
Inter reportedly offering 5 million net.
So he was not happy with 4, I guess. Otherwise, he would have taken the offer. Will he be happy with 5? I guess it's a little bit more, maybe. I have to say, I know he had a good season with Milan. I'm not the biggest fan. And these Euros, what I've seen so far from him, both in terms of production with the ball and attitude without the ball, hasn't really convinced me that he's one of those great players that you absolutely have to bring in. I know he's on a free, and maybe Conte and Inter think it's a good coup to do, but I'm not the biggest fan.
I think while the insurance pays Eriksen's wages, you can almost get him for free, and even,
True.
But still, no, I completely agree with you. He had a good first half of the season. He had a really poor, in my opinion, second half of the season. I think it's time to move on for them, even at 4 million euros a year.
Yeah.
I think that's just way too much money. Manchester United are reportedly prepared to offer Paul Pogba a new contract. There's reports here in England, a 5-year deal. Jules, if you're Pogba, should you take it?
That's a good question. The other question is United have to go for it. They have to offer him something, try to tie him up, because otherwise, tie him down, whatever the word. Otherwise, the risk is too big for him to be able to leave on a free next summer. If you're Pogba, however, maybe you take your time. Maybe you see what's happening with the club, the recruitment, what kind of team you have next season. He was happy with the performance this season overall. I think they're disappointing not to have won the Europa League, of course. You finished second. There's a bit of progression there. But it has to be backed up in the transfer window for next season if you really want to compete with City, with Chelsea, with a Liverpool team that's going to be much better than it was this season. So I think maybe you take your time. You take it, you thank them for it, and you say, you know what, I'm going to give you my answer in a little bit.
1 year left. Can I throw something out
Yeah.
there in case you're right? I'm not talking to you, Ed, because you've left.
He's gone.
Yeah. So Mr. Arnold or Judge or whoever you got, Matt Judge. I can think of another team that Paul Pogba has been linked to in the past that he might want to go to, that is also a big team, that also has a star French player who's 1 year away from free agency. I'm not talking about Kylian Mbappe. I'm talking about Raphael Varane, right? I just came up with
So I thought you talked about PSG, and I would have told you
I will leave that to one side. I don't need to talk about PSG. No. But what about a Pogba for Varane swap? They both have a year left. United could use Varane. United, by the way...
It's not the same value, though. It would be Varane plus a bit of money, surely.
Okay, so you sell Odegaard to some muppet in the Premier League who values him at 60 million, and then Bob's your uncle. You've got Pogba in that midfield.
Yeah.
You can go with a natural Eder Militao
Alaba.
defensive partnership.
Alaba.
Sorry, natural Alaba. That's not terrible, right? You got Eder Militao in there. Would that
that's a
be
good
would that be so
idea.
terrible?
That's
Would
a
that be
good
so
idea.
terrible? Would United come with United? It's not a question of money; it's a question of getting stuff done.
Completely,
right?
yeah.
So
I
you
like
can
this
take a hit
idea.
on- right?
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. But by the way, we're not reporting it. We're just
No. It's just
suggesting.
one of
It's to be
Gab's
very,
ideas.
very
Trust
clear,
me,
yeah.
Gab has a lot of ideas.
Many
Not
of them
always
bad,
as good as
so,
those.
you know.
That one.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.